Guys, I had a jacket on because it's flippin' cold. What's wrong?
Sound on.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Director, producer, they asked me once I've started recording. I had a jacket on because it's cold, and now I've got fluff all over me. So if you see it on the camera, sorry about that. So I'm in a sort of favorite of mine, I'd say. I mean, not like a fave, but I do kind of love a little Toyota Corolla Cross. And so many of my friends do, most of whom live in Plett. So I don't know if it's like a Plettenberg Bay thing that everyone sort of like drives a Corolla Cross there, but it sort of spreads like wildfire, I think. Because I suggested it to one friend, I like recommended it. They bought one, they then recommended and whatever. It's amazing how much sway I have, really. Anyways, it's not actually just me, or me at all, to be fair. I mean, it is Toyota's best-selling passenger car. It is South Africa's favorite small SUV. I think it's only topped by a Volkswagen Polo Vivo, which we know how those sell. So this is just a rip-roaring success. But with all the Chinese cars coming in to the market, every manufacturer has to be on high alert. And so Toyota have gone, right, let's refresh this, give it its midlife cycle and add a few things to make it more current and or keep it front of mind. Now, just to point out there, because it's been said that I hate Chinese cars, that's a lie. I'm just thinking that whoever said that, i.e. certain manufacturers, that haven't actually watched my videos. They've only seen a title or watched the intro, but actually, if they watch the full thing, pretty balanced reviewing. Anyways, that was just a little dig at certain manufacturers. Director, producer / husband here's like, oh, don't do that. Do you know what I really, really appreciate about Hippo.co.za is that despite being able to just put your details in, your car details in and getting up to 12 quotes and potentially going to save you money, but I have always been under the impression that where you park your car really matters and ups your premium by quite an extraordinary amount. I've always had this in my mind, right? Anyway, so I put my details in and the details of this, and out popped 698 rand a month, the cheapest, with an excess of 9.5. And then I was just sitting there and I thought, well, I no longer actually park in a locked garage. So let me just see what it would be if I have to park on a driveway or on the street. Boom, same amount, 698, 9,500. Now, isn't that cool to be able to just see what you could get and how it would work? I just think that is very handy, actually. So it's not the same for everybody. Each person's different. I don't know how risky you are, but I just thought that was very interesting. So you've still got 7 derivatives and you've got 4 trim levels. You've got XS, XI, XR, and GRS or GR Sport. I'm in the XR, the hybrid model, and the GRS hasn't actually had many changes made, but these guys have. They got a new sort of front end, new grille. It's got like a honeycomb pattern. Honeycomb. They should make it chrome and call it honeycomb. I entertain myself, even if my husband doesn't laugh at me. It's also got LED headlamps that have now got sequential indicators on this and the GRS. And it has new design tail cluster lamps at the back. So a few little tweaks and stuff to sort of smarten and sharpen it up. Also 2 new colors. This is brass gold. Yes. See my husband nodding. So that's it. And there's another color which is called oxide bronze, I think, or bronze oxide, something like that. But I really like this color. Very unusual. When I'm looking at it from here, not as great. Can be a little bit like Archie's bomb. I know. But actually, it looks beautiful, and especially on a sunny day. Look at the clouds, yeah. Look at them. Inside, it's had some other tweaks. This and the GRS has got a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that's joined the party. And there's a new seat type port. It's got reclining seats for the back passengers. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay, but it's only got plug-in Android Auto, which I'm fuming about. I don't know why. Normally I'm not, but lately it's really been bugging me. I think because there is, for me, it does start to clutter here, having a cable. It's really irritating. I've just gotten sidetracked because there's the BYD Shark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Check it out. Talk about Chinese cars. That's someone test driving it. Oh, look at them about to maybe buy a new Bucky. Good on them. You see, don't hate all Chinese cars. Love the Shark. Love BYD. Anyways. I find that with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it doesn't drop as much as it used to. So it is nicer to just get in your car and it connects without having to plug it in. But you know what? It's not a massive deal. What is worse, I think, is that there isn't a wireless charger, which is, you know, with all the other Chinese brands, with all the Chinese brands coming in, they tend to have that. And so I would expect on the sort of top of, you know, the top trim levels to have that at least. Thankfully, the foot brake has now been taken out and we've now got an electric parking brake. I mean, I quite like the maneuver of that, but it makes it very old school, no matter what or how you look at it. Strange, but at least now that's electric. So what this car also has now is an electric tailgate and hands-free. Now, here's the thing. I can never get it right. You'll see now my husband film me trying to do it. On any car, I don't think I've ever managed to swipe my foot and get the tailgate to lift up. Bloody ridiculous it is. The boot is 440 liters, so, I mean, there's not so much to report on in terms of interior space necessarily. That's all kind of the same, and nothing has changed mechanically. So the engine, the transmission, the suspension setup, all of that is the same. You can hear it still has a CVT. But you know what? Like, it does, like, maybe whine and shout a little bit under, you know, hard acceleration. But I have to say, like, it does make for a smoother drive. And the fuel consumption is better. This is claimed at 4.3 liters per 100 Ks. Probably going to get closer to sort of 5.7. Also 5.5 still has the 1.8 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, 4-cylinder. It's got 90 kilowatts of power, 142 Newton meters of torque. And I don't know, I just think, like, as an everyday commuter and driving around town or now on the highway, it still remains a very comfortable, very nice drive overall. From a price point of view, you kick off at 415,000. This top of the range hybrid, barring the GR Sport, is 545,000. The GRS is like 15K more. This is a premium of like 44,000 Rand over the standard Corolla Cross 1.8, naturally aspirated, just no hybrid. And I remember when this first came out, I think I went on like quite a tangent when I was like, why would you buy the hybrid? Because it's going to take you years to make up that extra money in fuel saving costs. But actually, I think now that I've come to my senses, maybe, if you have the money and you can stretch that extra bit, it makes sense. You are going to save on fuel. Eventually, you'll make up that cost and you'll continue to save. I also think it's where we're headed with, you know, plug-in hybrids, certainly, and hybrids. I prefer a hybrid at the moment. I always will, because I don't like doing work. I don't want to have to plug in my car. It's irritating. Like, it annoys me to plug in my phone every night. So why do I want to have to plug something else in? But I get it. It's where we're headed. As long as I'm not having to do a full EV at this point, because we know how much I feel about those. But back to the Toyota Corolla Cross, I still think it is an excellent family car. I would still recommend it to my friends over and over again. Toyota, well done for adding some extras that do make it feel that much more fresh. It still feels very well put together, very solid. And that's important when you're in a family car. By the way, it also has seatbelt alerts. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, it tells you that that someone's not put the seatbelt on, or that, you know, no, I don't know what it's called. It will come to me once I've finished recording, obviously. But you should go out and test drive a Corolla Cross if you haven't ever considered it. If you are in a family or you're in a budget of between 400 and 550,000, then this is a car that you must consider. Along with all the rivals, and most of them being Chinese brands, because I don't hate on the Chinese brands. I don't mind. Some of them I really like. But it's not about that. I've made this quite a political video. But I'm here for it. Okay, here's a quick side note, and I probably shouldn't tell anybody this, but I just went to Canal Walk. I was in there for about an hour and a half. Came out, car was running. Yep. See, guys, it happens to the best of us. So it was in EV mode when I stopped, and I obviously thought I'd pressed it off, and I hadn't. I don't know, maybe I wasn't thinking. I thought, oh, the car's off, got out. I feel like it should have like a, like when you walk away and try to lock it, to go like, no, you haven't turned the car off. Maybe it did it to me. I don't know. I can't even blame the Corolla Cross. Like, there I went, having a lovely old time. Actually, I was trying to get a visa for China. And yeah, came out of there, and the car was like, brrr. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyways, we good.